Hello and welcome to VOP Business Show. I'm Joy Adesuai Romaselli. We begin with breaking news. Following the controversy that accompanied the selection of some individuals as ministers, President Bola Tinubu has replaced a Kano State ministerial nominee, Miriam Shetty, with another appointee, Dr. Meigari Mahmood, and added the name of Festus Keyamo. The addition of Keyamo's name brought the total number of cabinet nominees to 48, supposedly the highest since the country's restoration to democracy in 1999. The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited has announced its partnership with NIPCO Gas Limited for the development and deployment of processed natural gas stations across the country. CNG, popularly called autogas, is another form of fuel that could be used in automobiles, and the push for its adoption has been high since the removal of subsidy on premium motor spirit, popularly called petrol. Speaking at the headquarters of the national oil firm in Abuja, the Group Chief Executive Officer, NNPCL, Mele Kyari, stated that the President Bola Tinubu directed the oil company to source for alternative forms of fuel to cushion the effect of PMS subsidy removal. He explained that under the NNPC-NIPCO strategic partnership, 35 state-of-the-art CNG stations would be constructed nationwide, including 3 mother stations. According to him, once fully operational, the stations can service over 200,000 vehicles daily, thereby significantly reducing carbon emissions and associated impact on climate. He noted that to deepen and sustain the initiative, the NNPCL has floated NNPC Prime LNG Limited for domestic LNG production and supply. The Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian Export Promotion Council has stated that limited access to banks' financial services by exporters is one of the significant challenges stifling the smooth growth of non-oil exports in the country. Dr. Ezra Yakusak stated this while speaking with export desk officers from 29 financial institutions during a capacity building for bankers on non-oil export commodities at the council headquarters in Abuja. Recall that the Monetary Policy Committee of the Central Bank of Nigeria recently increased the benchmark interest rate to 18.75% from 18.5% in May. The event, themed Enhancing Non-Oil Export Growth Through Effective Export Procedures, Documentations and Logistics, was part of the Council's effort at strengthening collaboration in promoting export competitiveness to achieve the economic diversification agenda of the federal government. The NEPA boss, in his welcome address, explained the role of the non-oil export sector in the economic development of Nigeria, stressing that the sector presented excellent opportunities for more Nigerians to participate in the global market space to earn more forex. According to him, more exporters lacked the financial muscle required to set up modern export-related industries and production of high-quality products. He noted that as a result of this need, banks must provide financial support to increase the insurance and processing of NXP forms, which led to an export value of $4.8 billion in 2022. No fewer than 50 youths have been engaged by the National Directorate of Employment under the Rural Employment Promotion Department in Post-Sustainable Agricultural Development Training Scheme to boost food security in Gombe State. The Director General of NDE, who spoke during the 3-day SADTC workshop, described it as apt and timely. He added that agriculture as an indigenous occupation in Nigeria is considered a catalyst for the development of any nation. It stressed that the agency's activities had gone through different developmental stages as a result of government policies and intervention programs. Some stakeholders have expressed displeasure as Glasgowsmithkline Consumer Nigeria plc announced plans to shut down its operations in the country. On Thursday, GSK announced through a press statement signed by their company secretary, Frederick Ichekwa, that it would be closing down its operations in Nigeria. The company, whose primary activities include marketing and distribution of consumer health care and pharmaceutical products, said that its parent company, GSK plc UK, had revealed its intent to cease commercialization of its prescription medicines and vaccines through its Nigerian subsidiary. Part of the statement read, and I quote, "In our published Q2 result, we disclose that the GSK UK group has informed Glasgowsmithkline Consumer Nigeria Limited plc of its strategic intent to cease commercialization of its prescription medicines and vaccines in Nigeria through the GSK local operating companies and transition to a third-party direct distribution model for its pharmaceutical products." End of quote. The president of the Pragmatic Shareholders Association, BC Bakare, lamented the effect of shutting down on unemployment in Nigeria. The United States Agency for International Development has warned Nigeria and other African countries to brace up for higher food prices following recent developments that have temporarily halted Ukraine's food exports to African countries. USAID's Deputy Administrator for Policy and Programming, Isabel Coleman, said this on Thursday at a virtual press conference. According to her, Russia's decision to withdraw from the Black Sea Grain Initiative had already begun to trigger higher food prices around the world. She noted the impact of this food price hike would be more felt in developing countries that were import dependent and had conventionally relied on grain imports from Ukraine. And that's it on VOP Business. I'm Joy Adesuwa. Good afternoon.